Reaching Untapped Talent, Strategies for Identifying and Developing High Potential Employees abstract. This article provides practical guidance and frameworks for establishing an effective high potential employee identification and development program. Drawing from academic literature and the author's experience as an organizational consultant and researcher. Key considerations are explored for building out the critical components of a high potential initiative. The brief defines what constitutes a high potential. Examines proven methods for identifying untapped talent such as performance assessment, multi-rater feedback and assessment centers, and outlines targeted development strategies including stretch assignments, coaching, career pathing, and networking opportunities. Sustaining success over the long term is also addressed through evaluation practices and cultivating organizational support. The goal is to equip leaders with the tools and best practices needed to systematically spot and nurture internal talent capable of accelerated career progression and future leadership roles. An effective high-potential program can yield immense returns through improved retention, succession preparedness, innovation, and competitive differentiation. In my years working as an organizational consultant and academic researcher, one of the most common dilemmas I come across is how to effectively identify and develop high-potential talent within an organization. While most leaders recognize the importance of nurturing top performers for both current success and future leadership needs, many struggle with establishing the right systems and practices to do so in a strategic, sustainable way. With a widening skills gap and ongoing competition for top talent across industries, failing to spot, and subsequently grow, those with outstanding potential can seriously undermine an organization's long-term success and competitive advantage. Today we will explore how organizations can build a comprehensive high-potential program. Defining and valuing high potentials. What constitutes a high-potential employee? Academic literature and practitioner frameworks define high potentials, or high flyers, as those individuals who demonstrate both the willingness and capability to take on greater levels of responsibility, including senior leadership roles, within an accelerated timeframe. Silzer and Dowell. 2010. While all employees have potential to some degree, high potentials display a unique blend of technical proficiency, leadership competencies, learning agility, and drive that position them for more rapid career progression relative to their peers. Lombardo and Eichinger. 2002. Why develop this talent pool? There are compelling strategic, operational, and financial reasons for organizations to focus attention and resources on identifying and growing high-potential employees. From a leadership succession planning perspective, having a robust pipeline of internal candidates ready to fill critical roles helps ensure business continuity and reduces the risks of external hires. Church and Rotolo. 2013. Developing high potentials also supports knowledge transfer and increased innovation as these employees take on new challenges. Collings et al. 2019. Moreover, research shows organizations with a talent development orientation experience lower voluntary turnover among top performers, improving productivity and morale across teams. Gubbins and Garavan. 2016. Finally, targeted development of high potentials yields an attractive return on investment as these individuals often assume roles of greater responsibility and influence over their careers. Silzer and Church. 2009. Identifying high potentials with a working definition and rationale in place. The first step in building an effective high potential program is establishing reliable ways to spot untapped talent. Below I outline 3 commonly used best practices supported by research. Performance assessment. Evaluating an employee's track record of success in current and past roles through performance reviews. Objective metrics of productivity or quality, and multi-source or 360-degree feedback helps gauge their capability and past demonstration of potential. Church and Rotolo. 2013. Looking beyond short-term results to consider impact. Influence gained over time, and capability to take on greater scope serves to pinpoint those ready for more. Gubbins and Garavan. 2016. Assessment centers. Using multidimensional, scenario-based exercises observed by trained evaluators allows for consistent assessment of competencies like problem-solving, leadership, and adaptability, key predictors of future success, across candidates. Silzer and Dowell. 2010. Structured assessment centers, when coupled with performance data, provide robust insights beyond a single manager's subjective view. Multirater, 360-degree feedback. Surveying an employee's immediate manager plus direct reports, peers, and others who interact with them generates a well-rounded view of strengths, growing edges, and how they are perceived in their role. Another useful indicator of potential. Church and Rotolo. 2013. The feedback helps identify developmental needs but also shine a light on individuals with influence across an organization. Used in combination and longitudinally over time, these tried-and-true identification methods form the foundation of robust high-potential programs at leading companies like Cisco, General Electric, and MasterCard. Silzer and Dowell, 2010. The key is establishing objective, consistent criteria that apply to all while also factoring in intangibles like learning agility and career aspirations. Developing high potentials once identified, nurturing talent to its fullest potential requires thoughtfully designed development experiences and support tailored to individuals' readiness levels and career goals. Here are some proven strategies organizations employ. Targeted stretch assignments, project-based work, task forces, and special projects that expose high potentials to new areas. Teams, divisions, or levels of responsibility, +1, from their current role build competence faster than traditional on-the-job learning alone. Church and Rotolo. 2013. Procter & Gamble, for instance, uses matrix roles to foster collaboration across functions. Coaching. Regular one-on-one time with an experienced coach helps high potentials reflect on strengths, pursue new ways of thinking, and navigate challenges of accelerated career progression. Gubbins and Garavan. 2016. At Microsoft, high potentials receive dedicated coaching from retired senior leaders for perspective, career pathing, and succession planning. Jointly establishing short- and long-term career milestones and paths with managers that position individuals for future roles creates transparency and buy-in. Silzer and Dowell. 2010. At JP Morgan Chase, high potentials work with HR to map 2 to 5 year career plans. Training and education. A blended portfolio of challenging leadership, technical and strategic courses, coupled with action learning opportunities through challenges, conferences, and international assignments cultivates new mindsets. Church and Rotolo. 2013. General Electric invests $1 billion annually developing high potentials worldwide. Networking and sponsorship. Connecting high potentials to senior leaders and other high achievers through rotational assignments. Communities of practice and mentorship programs nurtures support systems critical for career navigation. Gubbins and Garavan. 2016. Unilever actively promotes peer-to-peer high-potential networking globally. The most successful programs employ a mix of formal and on-the-job experiences tailored to individual readiness, a point I return to in evaluating program effectiveness. Sustaining success. No high-potential program will thrive without consistent evaluation and buy-in across divisions and leadership levels. Regular program assessments help determine whether identification criteria successfully predict future performance and promotion patterns, if experiences are appropriately challenging talent at each stage, and how alumni perceive the value and impact on their careers post-participation. Silzer and Dowell. 2010. Continual refinement based on data ensures the program remains relevant and impactful over time. Leadership advocacy and organizational cultural support also prove integral. When senior executives visibly invest time championing high potential initiatives and remove barriers for cross-functional movement. A talent mindset permeates the entire company. Gubbins and Garavan. 2016. At Booz Allen Hamilton, for example, active executive sponsorship ignited a shift, making talent development part of the fabric at every level. Aligning incentives, performance metrics, and promotions criteria to value mobility and potential over tenure further embed the philosophy in day-to-day operations. Church and Rotolo. 2013. Successfully identifying and developing those employees capable of accelerated career progression represents a strategic imperative for any organization navigating today's skills challenges and vying for sustained, competitive differentiation. Effective high-potential programs harness tried-and-true frameworks while adapting experiences to individual contexts, and emphasize continuous learning through evaluation and leadership advocacy. By tapping into untapped talent pools through these means, leaders gain a distinct edge, cultivating the next generation of leaders from within. Conclusion: in today's fast-paced, knowledge-driven business environment, identifying and nurturing employees with strong potential to assume greater responsibilities over an accelerated timeframe represents a strategic necessity for organizations seeking to gain and maintain competitive advantage. Through this research brief, I aim to synthesize academic and practical frameworks into actionable guidance on establishing a robust high-potential program. Touching on identification best practices, tailored development opportunities, and cultural factors vital to an initiative's sustainability. While every organization's context differs, a few overarching takeaways emerge. First, employing multiple, objective identification methods that capture an individual's full abilities and aspirations provides the strongest foundation. Second, development experiences must be challenging yet personalized to build each high potential's strengths in a pragmatic way. And finally, continuous evaluation of a program's impact paired with visible leadership investment ensures its ongoing relevance. Overall, fostering a talent mindset where employees across levels understand their potential stands to yield immense returns. From current job performance and retention to succession preparedness and future leadership capacity. By tapping into this untapped talent, organizations gain remarkable competitive differentiation in both the short and long run.